Hello. So in this video, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the teacher side of the Help tab, where teachers can access the Help tab from. We're also going to see the student side of the Help tab and kind of what that looks like for them. So here I am on my class page, and you can access the Help tab from a couple different places. So as I mentioned in the previous video, you can access the Help tab from any editor page on any student programming exercise. So we can get there from a couple different areas. The first is my code review dashboard. So if we click this code review button at the top of our class page, we're taken to our code review dashboard. And here I can see all of the student submissions that are waiting for me as the teacher to grade and provide feedback on. So what I could do is I could click into each of these individual submissions, which would take me to the editor page for that programming exercise. Or I can use one of these grading modes up here on the right side to more efficiently work through a queue of student submissions. So I'm going to select my grade mode. And if I click into grade mode takes you from one student submission to the next in order in your grading queue. So here we're back on that same editor page we saw in the last video. And similarly, I can go up here to the Help tab and I can review Kimberly's program, and I can send back a grade and a comment, whatever is needed, and I can click send. So if I were to click send, that would then take me to the next submission in the queue. So through grade mode from code review is one way that we can get to the Help tab. Another way is if I'm here in the progress tracking views, so this is again in the same top navigation bar, I'm in the activity progress view. I could actually click into one of these student programs. So here I'm going to look at Pyramid of Carol for Joe Hill, and I can actually click on one of these little bubbles and I can open that up. I'm opening that in a new tab here. And I can actually view Joe's Pyramid of Carol exercise here. And similarly, we can go up here to the Help tab, send any comments, send a grade, etc. So now we're going to switch over and we're going to look at this from the student perspective. So I also have a student account open. So this is actually that same editor page of Joe Hill's. So here I'm signed into Joe Hill's account, and from his student page, I can go into the Programming with Carol module, and we're actually going to click into the Pyramid of Carol exercise. So here in Pyramid of Carol, I'm actually working on this from the student perspective, and so I've written some code here in the editor. And if I go up here to the Help tab, so now on the student side, the student also has that same access to the Help tab. But you'll notice that now my grading options are gone, because as a student I can't grade myself through the Help tab, but what I can do is I can submit a question through the Help tab here. So we're going to submit test question, and we're actually going to send that question to the teacher, and you can see it's logged here in this feed. If I go back over to the teacher perspective and I refresh this page, so again now we're on the teacher side, what I can see is up here in the Help tab, in the top right, I now have a little 1 next to help, and I can see that test question that Joe just submitted, and I get that timestamp of exactly when the student submitted that question. So the last thing that I want to highlight here is if we go back to a student's page, so this is the main student page where they access the course curriculum they're working on. What I can see is right when I log on as the student, at the top of my student page, I see this messages feed. And so any message that's sent back to me as the student from my teacher, I'll see that here at the top of the page. And so students get these alerts. They can also see them up here in their inbox in the top right corner of any page. So there's a couple different places where if a teacher sends a message to a student, that student can look at that message, can actually click into one of these messages and be taken to the exercise that message was sent for. So this is a little more information on where we find the Help tab on the teacher side, as well as what the Help tab looks like for our students on the site.